two guys, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills.
Tank can do the same thing the mentor did. That's what the mentors to teach you how to do this thing the smart way.
Boxing legend Floyd Mayweather was reportedly shocked after seeing Gervonta Tank Davis's new, much bigger physique before his huge fight with Jake Paul. Davis, famous for his power and compact build, now looks stronger and more muscular, sparking reactions from fans and boxing insiders. Mayweather, who once mentored Tank, admitted he was surprised by the change and hinted that the extra muscle could either give Tank a major advantage or slow him down by affecting his speed and stamina.
Hey, can you see who it is? Hey, who is the dude? Who is the dude?
And that right there is why Gervonta Davis fights don't go the distance.
Gervonta Davis will face Jake Paul in an exhibition fight on November 14th in Miami. What surprised many is the large weight difference between them. Davis usually fights in the lighter weight classes, while Paul normally weighs around 190 to 195 pounds. This gives Paul a big edge in height, reach, and overall size, making the matchup even more intriguing to boxing fans.
He always training for something like this. Obviously, smaller guy. How was this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, just a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed.
He warming up.
We're
now.
sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some
I know
8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm going to beat your ass and I'm going to beat Jaden on Love ass. On my mama, I'm going to beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. He know. He laughing.
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't got to say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm going to show you and him. Bet.
Despite the flashy promotion and hype, people close to the camp say Gervonta Davis is training seriously for this fight. Those who've watched him in camp describe his focus and intensity. Analysts say he's looked calm and confident at press events. For Davis, this fight isn't just about the payday. It's about pride and opportunity. A win could make him even more popular outside boxing's core audience. Critics may call the event a circus, but Tank seems determined to prove he can balance showbiz with real skill, staying in control of his own story.
Press conference, and you can just look at him and tell, like, no, this dude he's going to get this money for sure because there's so much money out there to be had. But Jake Paul better be not playing around, man. Not get cute, not play any games. Don't hit him in the back of the head. Don't rabbit punch him. Don't do any of that stuff, man, because Mike Tyson. First of all, Mike Tyson, a lot of people think Mike Tyson was pulling punches on Jake Paul, and a lot of people think that Anderson Silva was pulling punches on him too. You're not going to have a little Gervonta out there pulling punches on you, man, if you're out there playing games. So, I don't like the fight at all. However, as far as it being an entertaining situation, I almost guarantee you that fight itself is going to be entertaining. That it's going to be something that you look at and you're going to say, man, everybody's going to watch it. Everybody's going to want to know what happens in it. But at the same time, it's kind of like what people think, when you see a car crash, like you're driving down the road and all of a sudden the traffic gets heavy and you're like, man, I'm going to be in traffic for a long time. And then you drive forward a little bit and then you see, oh man, this is some accident on the other side of the road and everybody just slowing down to watch. That's the type of entertainment that you can expect from this fight between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul. There's going to be a lot of people watching it, but I got to say, man, you really can't blame the guy on what he's doing. And there's a lot of criticism flying on Gervonta Davis. It's not Gervonta Davis's fault that boxing took this turn. That this turn of these exhibition fights and people not caring about the belts and all of that stuff came with Floyd Mayweather Jr., man.
Mayweather has often said that Davis isn't just a knockout machine. He's a skilled boxer with great technique. Floyd has praised him as one of the hardest punchers in his division, but also warned that relying only on power is risky. He says true greatness comes from combining strength with defense, timing, footwork. and smart ring tactics. Mayweather even called Tank one of the best pound-for-pound fighters today.
Do Anui deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. Do Terrence Crawford deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Davis? He deserved to be somewhere also in the pound for pound.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was affiliated with me.
Floyd Mayweather mentored Gervonta Davis early in his career. When Davis signed with Mayweather Promotions, Floyd not only promoted his fights, but also taught him strategy, how to stay calm under pressure, and how to handle the business side of boxing. Over time, though, their relationship became strained, and in 2022, they
Spanish, you black, giving back. So I was working with, I got a fighter, one of the best fighters out there today, Gervonta Tank Davis. Right. I got it when he was young. I put him in a position. Now he's 3-time world champion.
Their falling out wasn't just about contracts or money. Davis has accused Mayweather of being controlling, putting him in bad situations, limiting his pay, and never allowing him to shine. Tank even said that Floyd didn't like seeing others succeed and sometimes insulted him out of jealousy.
First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. How the say Terrence Crawford should fight? Benavidez. That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
Use next in line. This will get next in line.
Is there like
The last question, guys. Is
there like a love-hate for like
yeah,
fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And
you're good, man.
And he cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
According to Davis, Mayweather's ego often overshadows the humility expected from a legend. When a reporter once called him one of the greatest, Floyd interrupted to say he was the greatest ever. Tank believes that Floyd's obsession with his own legacy sometimes blinds him from giving credit.
You're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
What are we rating ourselves on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we're going to know in the least amount of fights. I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Just a guy with a job. I have a job, though. So who would you fight next?
And guess what? Your job don't pay like my job.
Well, it depends.
Your job don't pay like my job.
That brings me to another point. Why are you coming back?
I can make $20 million in 18 months because I want to. Because I want to come back and steal some more money. I'm in a whole new era, dominating
That's right.
fighters.
And he's a whole new fighter, Floyd.
A whole new fighter.
Oh yeah.
And when I beat him, what they gonna say? Oh well, we knew this was gonna happen. Floyd Mayweather was a bigger fighter, or he can outbox him, or this. It's always excuses.
Boxing legend Bernard Hopkins didn't hold back when talking about Mayweather Promotions' impact on Gervonta Davis. Hopkins said Davis wasn't held back by lack of talent, but by Floyd's control. He believes Mayweather limited Tank's growth rather than helped it, saying a fighter needs freedom to grow. Hopkins warned that being managed by someone focused on ego instead of development can harm a boxer's career in the long run.
I commend Tank on saying, hey, this is my career. You had yours. I respect you from buying me a chain, buying me this, buying me that, take me on a jet. All that's great. But at the end of the day, I'm only going by his interview. You seen it and I seen it. Thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for all the things you gave me. If the intentions was you just looking out for me. But I got an opportunity to fight this big fight. And this soap opera between you and Oscar for all these years, I'm not going to let it affect me. That's my interpretation. And Tank wants to do the fight, but he had to break away from the chains of somebody he still respects and respected then. And he said, man, I got to do what I got to do. This is my career.
Roy Jones Jr. wasn't surprised by Gervonta Davis's choice to fight Jake Paul. He sees it as a smart business move similar to what Mayweather did in his career, taking calculated risks for money and fame. Jones said the fight offers both big rewards and global attention. While he doesn't necessarily support the idea, he understands Davis's motivation, mixing business, ambition, and legacy.
Tank can do the same thing the mentor did. That's what the mentor is for, to teach you how to do this thing the smart way and not get you hurt, not have to take no risks, not to take many chances. Everybody had their own mentors, their own pound for pounds, their own people they want to be like. If he want to be like that guy that y'all say is great and was one of the best ever, why can't he do it? If he make 50 to 100 million fighting Jake Paul, they'll be cool with it because they cool with you making money. That's what the fan bases are on now. They happy with you just making money being good. Back in our day, they won't be cool with that. You had to prove you was the best. They thought you fought because you wanted to be the best of the division or the best of your era. I wanted to be the best in my division. As a matter of fact, I want to be the best around my division. Not just in my division, even around my division, I want to be the best. Today's fighters, they have been taught that that's not the way to do it nowadays. Nowadays, go for the bag. So everybody is going for the bag.
Trainer Greg Hackett is frustrated by how much hate Gervonta Davis has been getting. He says fans today criticize fighters for every move, without knowing what's happening behind the scenes. Hackett believes if Davis wants to fight Jake Paul, that's his choice, and people should respect it. He added that no one outside the ring understands a fighter's mindset. For Hackett, fans need to stop deciding who boxers should fight and start appreciating how hard it is to stay at the top.
And number 3, the retirement.
I mean, the backlash is just what people do nowadays. That's just, you give somebody a keyboard, you give them a phone, and they able to hide their face. Yeah, they gonna have a field day. The backlash I get, I understand. What'd you say, number 2, not fight Shakur?
Yeah, he's saying he'll never fight Shakur, that he ain't gonna do him no favors, that he ain't gonna help him make no money because Shakur broke or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't get all that. That's, you know what I mean, that's against the game. Like, you know what I mean? You at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean? You owe the rematch to Lamont for the game. But you owe Shakur for the game just because of the 2 style matchups. You know what I mean? But if he feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy. It is kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? If he not gonna fight Shakur, and if he's standing on it like, I'm not ever gonna fight you, I'm not doing you no favors. And, all right. But then again, you know what? I don't know what them guys got going on. I don't know what they've been through personally. You know what I'm saying? But would I love to see that fight? Hell yeah, I would love to see that fight. And then number 3, you said what? You said
the retirement.
The retirement. Oh, boxing. Boxing. They're around. They're around. It's always gloves around. It's on you. It's on you. I'm chilling. You all right? Yeah, get with me. I know. How you feel? Dark skin boy. That's my man. The retirement is like he done a lot in his career, right? Not everything, but he done a lot. What people don't understand is his business is a lot. This whole experience is a lot. The shit these fighters go through is hard to explain. It's hard to explain because people, they can't see it, so they can't understand it. But it's stressful to the fighters because they coming from just getting ready to fight in the amateurs, being prepared, going out there, win, get it done, celebrate, all right, we back to the next camp. To now, marketing. You're talking about marketing. You're talking about lawyers. You're talking about all this shit that you just never imagined. You're like, why do I have to deal with all of this?
Former world champion Paulie Malignaggi has been outspoken about the direction boxing is heading, and has criticized Davis's fight with Jake Paul. He believes matchups like this hurt the sport's credibility, saying knockouts lose value when fighters aren't evenly matched. Malignaggi told Chris Algieri that while these fights entertain casual fans, they confuse people about what real boxing is. He says the sport is now caught between serious competition and show business.
Paulie, knockouts, dude. Knockouts. People like knockouts. They don't care if you're knocking out cab drivers. Look at Jake Paul's career.
You can manufacture that, though. You can manufacture that, though. You can
can't
manufacture. You
can't manufacture.
To a
Gervonta
degree,
Davis
you can. To a degree. I mean, you can't. Yeah, Gervonta legitimately cannot get knockouts. I agree. He can punch, but there's a lot of limited knockout artists, though, man.
He's one of the least active punchers in the game with the highest knockout percentage of current heavyweight.
But if he was a real knockout artist, if he was a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best of the best. Felix Trinidad was a knockout artist. He was knocking out the best of the best. If you're a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best and show us how he smokes them. But the way
Paulie,
we did
also,
when Felix Trinidad was doing it. You know? The way they
Felix
did even when Mike
Trinidad
Tyson was doing it in his prime. Okay, say what you want about the Mike Tyson era. He knocked out everyone from 1986 to 1989. Everyone got knocked out. Everyone.
Well, by your standard, you could say that Tyson was to a degree manufactured.
No,
and
because
Teddy
he
Atlas
fought
100%,
everyone that was there. Everyone that was there at that time fought.
Teddy Atlas will 100% agree with this.
With the expense of
Witherspoon. That were afraid of him.
With the exception of Witherspoon. No, but they all, doesn't matter. He knocked them all out. There was nobody you could say in that era except maybe Witherspoon, who had contract issues with King at the time. Except for Witherspoon, there is nobody Tyson didn't fight in that era. He knocked them all out. You can't say like, oh, but if he would have fought that guy, I don't know. No, with Davis, there's guys right now that have been hanging around for years. Yo, dude, when you going to fight them? The lightweight division was stacked with talent. Even at 130, it had a lot of talent when he was there. Didn't fight almost any of them. So it's not the same thing as the Tyson era. You want to say anything about Tyson era? Fine. It wasn't as high level or something. He still knocked out everyone.
Boxing analyst Shobaz the Adult offered a more positive view of the Davis versus Jake Paul fight. At first, he was worried about Tank's size disadvantage, but after seeing the press conference, he changed his mind. Shobaz said Davis looked sharp, calm, and confident like a true professional. He believes Davis's technique and fight IQ could surprise people who think Jake's power will be too much, showing that skill and experience can still win over size.
I like this kid. Listen, I was feeling that Jake Paul was going to knock out Tank. This press conference made me feel a little bit more confident about Tank. I'm no cap. I know Tank wasn't saying much, fumbling over his words, seems bashful, but I'm looking. Right? And I'm just like, bro, he doesn't feel that Jake Paul is an issue. Even though he said it, he doesn't feel like he has to whoop his ass. He doesn't feel threatened. That's the word. He doesn't feel threatened, but he does feel out of his element. I'm gonna be honest, man. It sounds like, I know everybody's looking at this press conference and it's like, number one, I know what y'all saying. It's a clown show. It's not real. Tank was paid off. It's fake. Because Tank, when he was talking about Jake and JB, even I was like, what is he talking about?
He laughing.
What are you talking about? What does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't got to say it up here. Let anything happen.
Promoter Eddie Hearn has criticized Davis for choosing to fight Jake Paul instead of chasing tougher opponents like Shocker Stevenson or Lamont Roach Jr. He says Davis picked the bigger payday, around $30 to $40 million, over a harder but more meaningful fight. Hearn argued that if Tank really wanted to test himself, he would have fought Stevenson, who he thinks has the skill, patience, and intelligence to beat Davis in a real boxing match.
If you were Tank's promoter, what would the next step be for Tank?
I heard they were going to fight Jake Paul. When I see Jake Paul at the event and I see Jake Paul posting from the private jet with a picture of Gervonta Davis.
Slapped it.
Yeah, but they had that for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Because you had to buy it, you had to get it made.
Yeah, but I can't believe that fight was going to happen. But anyway, crazy stuff's happening. Yeah, you got to rematch Lamont Roach. You got to. It'll probably get ordered. That's the reality by the New York State Athletic Commission. But listen, they may have got lucky because the only fight for Tank outside of after Lamont Roach was Shakur Stevenson.
Facts.
Right? Now they've got another opponent that will do well at the gate because of the controversy.
Yep.
And it ain't Shakur Stevenson. I keep telling people Shakur Stevenson beats Tank. You cannot say that Shakur Stevenson would not have beaten Tank last Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he would have.
Former world champion Timothy Bradley supports Davis, calling the Jake Paul fight easy money. He said Davis's experience and skills are miles ahead of Jake's, who's only fought a few pros. Bradley believes Tank's speed, defense, and timing will quickly expose Jake's weaknesses, unless Tank underestimates him. Bradley also pointed out that the fight shows how modern boxing mixes real athletic talent with celebrity influence more than ever before.
Innocence and say that it ain't fixed, because check this out, Tank ain't gonna lose this fight. Hell no. Tank ain't losing this fight. Too many holes. Man, Jake don't have enough experience. Yeah, man, it's gonna be taking candy from a baby. You know, Jake is missing the rules. See, this is what happens when you don't grow up in the game. When you don't grow up in the game, man, at a young age, this is what happens. You know, you start reading your own press clippings. That's what Jake is doing. You know, fighting this lower level competition, and now he think he the ish. Now he think he the man. He ain't the man. You kidding me? He is not the man. Oh no, yeah, false sense of security. Now he trying to pick on small folks, right? You know, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Yeah, I'm just saying size-wise. Yeah, that's another thing, boxing one-on-one.